I am in the 2020 BMW X5 M Competition, and this is what you're here for. So this is insane. Let's get right down into it. This is the 2020 BMW X5 M Competition, which is the full-fat model. This is pretty much the fastest SUV they make, and it's one of the fastest vehicles BMW makes right now, full stop. Under hood is the main attraction here. It has a 4.4-liter engine with twin inboard turbos, which I'm going to be calling twin-board turbos from now on. And with the help of those twin-board turbos, it makes 617 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque. Now, the extra cool thing about those torque numbers is that that's the same torque you get at 1800 RPM all the way up to 5,960. So the torque curve is flat on this thing, meaning no matter where you are when you put your foot down, you're moving. Now, obviously, all that shock and awe under the hood is going to create some serious performance numbers, and they're pretty beefy. This thing will go all the way from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.8 seconds, which is incredible when you consider that this thing weighs 2,400 kilograms. That's 5,400 pounds. This is a lot of mass being accelerated very quickly. BMW achieves these numbers with launch mode, which every X5M ships with. However, it would be easier to write a thesis about launch mode than to engage launch mode, and I have not gotten it to work once. BMW won't like it, but I have found just as much success just with a little bit of left foot brake torquing to spool up the turbos, releasing the brake, and whacking the gas pedal, and it will send you off into the stratosphere. Reading between the lines, it seems that BMW really wanted to achieve cool performance numbers with the launch mode, but it didn't actually want you, the customer, to be doing that. But sadly, your commute is probably not full of standing start launches, although it would be really cool if it was. And around daily use, the X5 has some major hits and some big misses. The biggest complaint I have is just the nature of this beast, which is that this is an extremely heavy SUV. It's larger in every dimension than a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but it's razor sharp. It can do this. Like, it just is so sharp and planted, and you can just hurl this thing into off ramps and on ramps, and it just sticks. It's incredible. Now, there is a price to be paid for that because there's a lot of mass at play here, and the price is paid in ride quality. This thing has huge wheels and tires. They are 21-inch wheels up front, 22-inch wheels in the back. They are 295 section tires in the front and 315s in the back. They are just little rubber band tires. They are rock hard summer performance tires. You feel every pothole. On the highway, there's a lot of road noise, and the suspension has 3 modes, but even in the softest comfort setting, you're still gonna feel every dime you drive over, and you'll be able to tell if that dime was heads up or down. That's just what it takes to make a huge vehicle like this perform in corners. It comes at the expense of ride quality, so that's just a choice that comes with this kind of vehicle. Even though the ride isn't the softest, the BMW X5 is still an extremely nice place to sit. The quality of materials present in this cabin is just superb. I really don't have any complaints at all in terms of the quality of the materials, where the materials are placed, and how they're laid out in the interior. I'm not on fire with this interior color, which is like kind of a smoky brown, but can't win them all. BMW offers a lot of great interior colors like a blood red, or you could even have like a white one, but anyways, I'm not in love with this interior color. The seats are okay. They're very fancy. They adjust 1,000 different ways. They even have a massage function, but as I've found often with seats that adjust 1,000 different ways, they're never quite right. Otherwise, there's tons of room in here. The stereo is really good. It's a Bowers & Wilkins system. It's not the best I've heard. I do still prefer the Burmeister systems you get in a Mercedes-Benz, but this is really good. My biggest complaint with the interior, bar none, is BMW's pretty much crazy infotainment system.
What can I help you with?
See, I didn't ask for that. It's just very complicated and and certain functions are not as accessible as I would like. For example, climate control. I love that this has true dual zone climate control. And by that I mean you and the passenger can choose not only your temperature, but your fan speed and your blower location, your temperature, all of it can be chosen. So it is a true dual zone climate control unit. The annoying part is I might be dumber than a bowl of oatmeal, but I can't seem to find a sync button anywhere in this system. So that means I kind of have to raise one and then raise the other if I want both sides to be the same temperature. And there's little annoyances like this kind of hid everywhere. Like, for example, again, I might be really dumb, but I can't figure out how to zoom the map and get it to fix to the car. It's zoomed out into space and I can't figure out, and there's a lot of things that are just more complicated than they need to. No, I have not read the Bible thick instruction manual, but I shouldn't have to do these functions. The point is not that they're impossible. The point is that they're not readily apparent how they work. But I suppose we are getting bogged down in the nitty gritty, and we should be talking about nifty, which is the price. The price, this car starts at $124,000 and change, and as you see it with several options, it's $143,000. Now, at first blush, that is a lot of money. However, you know, you're paying for a car with 620 horsepower that will go 177 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 3.8, and it's four-wheel drive, and it seats 5, and you can put a dog in the back, and you can drive it year-round. And, you know, kind of a good deal. It's a lot of money, but you get a lot for it, honestly. I see the value in this. But if we're talking about super SUVs, we need to talk about the elephant motor in the room, and that is the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, all 707 horsepower of it. And this is available for purchase starting at $110,000, which undercuts the X5 M's price by quite a bit. The Jeep offers 90 more horsepower than this, which is just insane. And with that extra horsepower, it manages to go to 100 kilometers an hour faster than the BMW. The Jeep will do it in 3.5 seconds, this a laggardly 3.8. How will you even get to work if you have to take 3.8 whole seconds to get up to the national speed limit? Trade-offs? There are a few. While the Jeep is faster and does cost less money, its interior is nowhere near as good as this. The BMW, for example, dazzles you with things like heated and cooled cup holders, this huge panoramic sunroof. It's just a more refined interior, and that's really what you're giving up to go the Jeep route. Now I need to talk about the X5 M Competition package. Now, frankly, I don't know what competition this car is intended for, other than maybe looking really cool and launching and making your friends laugh, I guess. This is crazy. The X5 M starts at $114,000 or so, 112, but the competition package will cost you $17,000 extra, which is a lot. For that $17,000, you get an extra 17 horsepower, which, if you're doing the math on a calculator, is $1,000 per horsepower. Seems a bit much, but I don't shop in this segment usually, so maybe I'm the weirdo. Now, with that, the competition package is not just more horsepower, it also raises the top speed from 250 to 280 kilometers per hour, which is just batshit, frankly. And you get a whole lot of other luxury features, like you get these heated and ventilated cup holders, you get this panoramic moonroof, you get a huge BMW key with like a screen on it that I have no idea how that works. So there you have it. I made it an entire way through a super SUV review without talking about how annoying I find this entire segment. The BMW X5 M Competition is a surprisingly good value. You do get a lot of content for the money, and it is just a crazy feat of engineering that such a large vehicle can do such incredible feats. And I think to send it off, we're going to do one more launch because I don't see anyone behind me. For Driving.ca, I'm Clayton Seams. And don't forget to follow Driving on Instagram and Twitter.